So welcome back, guys, to Emma Pitch Talk, and welcome back to our segment here called Take a Touch. For some of us, we've had a great, relaxing, refreshing weekend. For some others, it was a headache. It was a long watch. It was some hopeful watching as well, seeing that some results went the other way, but just wasn't meant to be. But as always, I have my guys with me. Last but not certain, no, first this time around, we have Big H. And last, but certainly not least, we have part of the floor is yours. I know you have a lot to get off your chest today, so I'm not even gonna do an intro or anything like that. I'm just gonna let you just spit just straight from your dome right now. Tell us how you feel.
Yeah, like as a lifetime Sunderland fan, I'm very we're in the top of the. Look, boys, look, I don't even know what to say to be honest. Four defeats on the bounce. Obviously, with that type of form, the league is pretty much over. Because even if we go on a good run of form, it's 7 points. You're not going to win every game. So for me, the league is done. I would love my team to prove me wrong and go on a sensational run. If they went on like the run that we went on in that 1920 season, yeah, maybe we could win the league. But the thing is, in that season, we went. That was coming on the back of getting 97 points and continuing that form. We're not just going to start performing well out of nowhere, because what exactly is going to change between now and the next game? I couldn't tell you. Basically, when I'm watching our games now, in my mind, I'm like, we're already 1-0 down because the other team is going to score first, guaranteed. Like, that's just a given. So I'm just waiting. Okay, we need to score like 3 or 4 goals here to win the game. Obviously, we've got some injuries as well, but that is no excuse. Even if the whole team is injured and you played the reserves, you should not be losing 4 games on the bounce. And you've let Arsenal grow more and more in confidence. When we beat you, and then you guys drew to City, that was the time to capitalize and start winning games and kill your confidence. Make your players believe that, yeah, this Liverpool team, we're not catching them. But you started losing games, you started letting Arsenal grow in confidence. Now, I feel like this football team is really psychological as well. Every Arsenal player watching Liverpool lose um, on the weekend, when they're playing that Crystal Palace match, they're like, boys, if we beat these, we're 7 points clear. 7 points clear already. It's so psychological. Like your players have that belief now, like we're actually going to win the league. Because City are not up for it, Liverpool's not up for it. So who else is going to win the league? It's going to be you guys. And kudos to your manager, Arteta, because I've given him a lot of stick. I've talked on this man's name numerous times. If he wins a league title, he has shut me up. I have to respect the man. He will equal Klopp's record in the Prem. So what else can I say? Do you know what I mean? My only hope is, Andy Slot, please, I'm begging you, please make some changes, bro. It's not, bro. From a squad perspective, yeah, you have a squad. Clearly, the players you're playing is not working. I think we're having a lot of issues at fullback. When Liverpool were in the pump, it was Trent and it was Robertson. Absolutely amazing fullbacks. Now you have fullbacks that are just mad uncomfortable on the ball. Kirkez, yeah, we can all see it's not working out for him. He hasn't hit the ground running. He scored and made it 2-1, and he was jumping like a madman. Like act like you've been here before. Like we're losing. Chill out.
Yeah. I think it was one of them ones that even if you lost, nobody can really blame him because he said I scored a goal.
No, I can blame him. I have to blame him because, bro, you're apparently the best left back in the league, is what people were saying last year, and the performances has been horrible. Just do what they did, like similar to what they did with Robertson. When Robertson came, he barely played that first season. You bet him into the team slowly. You have an experienced left back, and you've been losing games. Play the experienced players if you're losing. Play Robertson left back. Play Joe Gomez right back. You're playing Conor Bradley and Kirk as two young guys that are feeling this pressure in every game now. Because in their minds, it's like, I don't want to be the reason that we lose. Whereas an experienced player is, oh, I'm going to be the reason that we win. I'm putting an actual good performance. Play Endo. You have no defensive security. You be doing mad stuff like McAllister and Verts double pivot. Like, what do you think is going to happen? It's crazy. Play Endo. play Robertson and Gomez as the fullbacks. I know he wants to, be on the front foot. He wants to keep the ball. But brother, there's no point keeping the ball if every counter attack you concede. Like you actually need to look at what is going on. You need people that are actually gonna, win their duels. We lose every single duel. If it's a 50-50, I know is we're not gonna win that 50-50. And Gravenberch is injured now, who is the only person that was winning 50-50s. McAllister is out of form. Vert is still settling in. Me, I don't know who buys somebody for 116 million and they're still settling in. Because personally, if I'm paying that type of money, there's no time. I'm expecting assists. I'm expecting goals by now. Only saving grace that we have from the summer signings is Ekitike. I'm really impressed with him. I don't think he's had a bad game, to be honest, since he's played in the Liverpool shirt. But the rest of the signing, it just hasn't worked. And in that case, play the people that have a bit more experience and are going to be a lot more level-headed. Because you're playing experienced players like Virgil and Salah, but you're playing them with young players and players that have come for a lot of money that are under a lot of pressure. Take them out of the firing line. Because I know, obviously, he wants to embed them in the team, get them up to speed as quick as possible. But there's no point getting them up to speed if you're 6, 7, 8 in the league. If you finish 5th, getting them up to speed means nothing because you're going to get sacked if you don't make Champions League. Let's be real. Who spends 450 million and doesn't make Champions League? You will be gone. So it's in his best interest to start picking up some points. We have the Carabao Cup game against Palace on Wednesday. Play the people that are going to play the next game because they need some confidence. Play the starters. I don't want to see Virgil and Mo Salah at home because it's Carabao Cup. No, you've been shit, so you need to play. You don't get a rest. So yeah, I'm distraught. I'm upset. My heart is hurting. I've been disrespected. People have called me names. They've told me that they've told me all sorts of things about myself that I didn't know was true. But this is just football. You have to take it because last season I was chatting shit to everybody. So I just have to take it in my stride and be a man at the end of the day. So yeah, we go again next season.
Can I ask you a question? If results don't pick up, would you welcome a return of the club?
I don't know because obviously this team is the players that we bought. Jurgen didn't like these are not his players. We know when Jurgen has done well, he's coming to a club and taking it from a state of like rubbishness and brought it to a point where you're competing at the top. If he's just coming and you're just giving him players and saying you just have to make it work with these players, I don't really know. And to be honest, after that 21-22 season, I think tactically, Klopp checked out, man. Like tactically, he just wasn't with it anymore. The 23-24 season, yeah, it was a decent season. Won the Carabao Cup, challenged for the league, but I think he just hasn't got it in him. He doesn't have that fire that he did them first 5, 6, 7 years. So I don't know if I'd actually take him.
Do you think he'll be a little bit refreshed? He's had a year away. He's had time to go to weddings. He said he's never been to a wedding in 25 years. He's had time to go to the cinema. Maybe go to Aldi or Lidl as well. Maybe walk around, feel a bit human. So maybe because he said himself that he just wanted to work like for 25 years straight, get himself to a level, and then once he's kind of reached his kind of peak, he would then kind of battle the game. But obviously, with the interview that he's came out with Steve Bartlett, he's come out and said that the only team he'd come back for is Liverpool. Right now, he doesn't see himself for management, but he said for Liverpool, anything's possible. You guys have a deep fondness in his heart. So it's like, do you not think maybe just a year away, him being able to go and do different things, mentally check out from football? I know he's like, was the Red Bulls head of something? I know he has
Yeah,
a
head of football, head of sports or something. Yeah.
but I know he goes around and does a little bit of coaching here and there, so maybe he's seen different perspectives. And I don't know. I think like obviously I hope it doesn't get to that issue because I think Slot is actually a decent manager and I would like to give him time to be able to sort things out. But I think getting Klopp back, maybe to just steady the ship for like maybe 6 to 7 months, the way you guys used to do with Kenny Dalglish back in the day. You used to roll Kenny Dalglish back out anytime stuff wasn't really going right. I don't think it would be the worst idea.
I think when Kenny Dalglish came back in 2011, we were ass. So I don't even want them to ruin this club guy's legacy. But wouldn't it? It's such a shame that they didn't give this back into Klopp. Imagine
Mm.
Klopp had 450 million to play with in one transfer window.
He even said himself that he didn't know that you guys had money like that.
He didn't. He was probably looking on the news thinking, "Oh, links with Isak. Oh yeah, loads of Isak." And then when it got done, he was like, "What the hell?" When I was asking you for these players, you were telling me we don't have that extra 10 million and stuff like that. So,
do you know why they didn't give Klopp money? Because that guy would have signed Julian Brandt or something like that from Dortmund, bro. That's why they didn't give that guy a single cover. So we'll pick the players. That guy is not good with money. Please don't.
That's fine.
Money.
He doesn't have to pick the players, but give him the arsenal. Look at the squad that Slot has. That is an incredible squad if everybody's fit. Klopp never had a squad like that. Even, obviously, it's a conversation between the manager and the sporting director. But in Klopp case, it was just like, there's no conversation because there's no money. You're getting Minamino, win the league again. What do you mean? Do you mean win the league again? Do you not see what City are doing every season, getting 100 points?
Do you not have beef with like Michael Edwards or one of them, though, like behind the scenes?
Yeah, something like that.
They had a bit of a rift or something.
Yeah, or Richard Hughes or something like that. I think they had different ideas. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. There needs to be a conversation. Obviously, Slot didn't just say, yeah, get me him, and him. And they were just like, yeah, we'll just grab all of them. Obviously, it was a conversation. They have a model. We bought young players. It's for the next 5 to 7 years. Players that can be resold as well. But I don't think Klopp would win the league with this team. I don't think this team is his style of team. Like, you're playing with Wirtz and Gravenberch. If you played Wirtz and Gravenberch against Henderson and Fabinho, they're getting cleared. If we're being real, maybe from an attacking point of view and ball carrying and possession, yeah. But from actual your midfield against my midfield, bro, that Klopp midfield is tearing this midfield apart. They're winning all the 50-50s, winning all the duels. They're closing spaces. You're not conceding that as much goals. You're not getting caught on transition. This is a completely type of football that Slot is trying to play. He wants to control matches from start to finish, which he's doing a horrible job of this season. But I know that's what he's trying to do. He wants people that are comfortable on the ball, ball carriers, people that can interchange in positions. But at the moment, he's not getting it right. For me, for a midfield, I like to just see a DM, a sitter, a number 8 that can do both jobs, and a number 10. That's what City do. That's what you guys have. Obviously, you play 2-10 sometimes with Odegaard and Eze for the lesser teams, but more or less, you play Zubimendi as your 6, you play Rice as your 8, and you play a 10. For me, it's very simple. But we're trying to do like a Gravenberch as a number 6, which is decent, but he's a ball. He likes to do that pirouette that he does and then run 20 yards forward. And then if we lose and he doesn't lose the ball himself, but he'll be in and around the box because he's carried the ball that far.
His final pass as well sometimes just
exactly.
So he's a lot to be desired. Because he'll do all the hard stuff then is to make the pass and you're kind of like, brother, what are you doing?
Exactly. But then when he's up in those positions, let's say his ball isn't good or he passes someone and their ball isn't good, but on transition, we're cooked. Because now there's 6. Why is there 6 at the penalty box of the other team? And now running back, you've got Wirtz, who's also in the penalty box, and then you've got McAllister. Bro, there's no protection. The midfield is non-existent on transition.
One thing I've noticed about Gakpo, even that United game when Harry Maguire scored the header goal, Bruno Fernandes tried to cross the ball in, obviously came back out again. And if you watch Gakpo, he was already running the other way. And I was kind of looking at it like, brother, where are you going? The ball hasn't even like traveled back in that direction that you're even going at. And then you're already gone, thinking that you're going to get the ball. Make sure the ball is secured before you start running. Do you know what I'm saying? And then even with Gakpo, why doesn't Gakpo like to track back?
I don't know. Well, how can we have 2 wingers that don't track back and don't beat them out?
Fair enough, Salah doesn't want to track back, but Gakpo, what are you doing? Exactly. You're not a big shot all of a sudden. Like you need to track back as well.
If we had a midfield like we had like Klopp's midfield, it's a different scenario because a lot of the time Salah and Mane used to stay up high, but we had Henderson and Fabinho that would fill in. But now everybody just wants to be the star of the show. Everybody cannot be top scorer. It's okay. It's actually okay to sit back and defend. Like it's fine. Like what you were saying just there about Gakpo running back, that would never happen in Arteta's team. If someone did that in Arteta's team, he will sell them. Because what do you mean you're trying to score and the ball isn't cleared yet? Have a clean sheet, don't concede, and then you have a chance to actually win the game. what's the point of trying to win the game if you're 2-0 down? It's too late then. Do you know what I mean?
Let me go to H. Obviously, given the fact that Liverpool dropped 1 point in the weekend and Arsenal overcame a tough Crystal Palace side. Now people are really trying to put the emphasis on Arsenal and saying it's their title to lose and blah blah blah. And listen, there's enough pressure on Arsenal from within their own fan base, anyways, for them to deliver a title without outside external noise saying that you must win the league now, blah blah blah. This is your best chance, blah blah. We've heard this is Arsenal's best chance to win the league for the past 2 years in a row. So I'm not falling for that. Me personally, I'm taking it game by game. In another 5 games, we'll see where we are because this was just 5 games ago. 5 games ago, yeah. Liverpool were top of the Premier League, 5 points ahead of Arsenal and Spurs, 7 points ahead of Chelsea, 8 points clear of City United. Now, in game week 9, going into 10, they're 7 behind Arsenal, 2 behind Spurs, 1 point behind United and City, and 1 point ahead of Chelsea. So, as we can see, it can be a big dramatic flip. The whole momentum can change because after 5 games, you thought, yeah, Liverpool they weren't clicking, they were scraping, winning games and blah 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 and that kind of stuff. And if it eventually clicks, we're all in trouble. But 4 games later, it looks like they're even miles away from them even able to string like more than 5 passes together. So how do you feel about all this?
Like I said last week, and I've said it since the beginning of the season, Liverpool are not a good football inside. They don't kick ball. These people rely on the Anfield energy to get those last minute winners. They rely on their away fans to boost their morale to get those last minute winners. Bro, look, this is the Prem, man. You up one day, you're down the next, But for Liverpool, they have to win this league. And I've said it. You can't be the reigning champions, then go add 500 mil in players. You break the British transfer record twice in one window. You signed probably the second best striker in the league, probably a top 5 striker in the world in Isak. You signed the Bundesliga MVP in Words and Invincible in Words. You then signed another Invincible in Jeremy Frimpong. You then signed the best left back in the league last season in Milos Kerkez. And you're trying to act like this is your league to win. You have to win the league. You've signed probably the best player in nearly every position that you went to the market for. You have to win the league. There is no excuses for Liverpool. There is no excuses because last year you were able to do it, and all you had was Kaiser. You were able to do it with only Kaiser. You've now gone and assembled the Avengers. It's like Thanos is spanking you lot up and down, bro. I don't understand it. Liverpool have to win this league because if Liverpool don't win this league with the money that they have spent, I'm telling you, this is a disaster of a season. This is honestly, I'd put this on probably one of the worst seasons in Premier League history.
It would be.
A reigning defending champion went into the transfer market, spent £500 million. Right? I don't think we understand what we're saying. £500 million.
Not even that. They broke the British transfer record twice in the one window.
In one window, you signed the best players in nearly every position, and this is where you're at. It literally brings me back to my point, and I said that last year, and people were telling me, "What are you talking about?" Liverpool are not a good football inside. It's only because of Mohamed Salah that you people won the league last season, and I will honestly, I will rest on that hill because, bro, what that guy did last year, is one of it's like no one does it by Ronaldo or Messi. Realistically, no one does that by Ronaldo or Messi. If Mohamed Salah had an average season, like when I say his average season, when he did like maybe it's like 35 or something like that, the Premier League that is a lot tighter. That final day, you guys will not be going to Ibiza to be partying.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
you get me. So to me, this is really just the culmination of everything I've been saying about Liverpool Football Club. You cannot rely on your last minute goals. See when you go and play, because the Premier League is getting better year after year. You have to go and have a plan for each team. You can't just be like, oh, don't even if they go 1-0 up, don't worry, the fans will back us and then we'll just be crashing the box for the last 15 minutes. Bro, don't worry, You can't do that, V. It don't work like that. You have to have it. You have to control the game from minute 1 to minute 90. You have to control it. Even if the team is piling on pressure, you still have to. For example, if you look at what Arsenal even at home, we're being pressurized by Crystal Palace. But in no circumstance do you think I don't like Crystal Palace could actually probably score. For the last 15, we controlled. We're defending. It was controlled defending the whole time. There was no chance of any mishap. I was coach, bro. I was eating biscuits. I was watching as I probably do it again. I want to see something. Do it again. I was relaxing, and that's what I think Liverpool is really lacking. Yeah, because even the sense of you leaving letting players go, you still have your core squad. Realistically, you do. Because all the people that won the league last season, there's only 2 of them that left. Realistically, that actually impacted that squad. There's only 3 of them that left. Everyone else is still there. So me, I think Anisla's got a bit 10 Hag in them. I think all the Dutch guys, I think they're all beginning to start acting Dutch. Ten Hag, Slaw, Gakpo, Van Dijk, Gravenberch. You see, they're all starting to. You see, there's something in the water over in them side. You know what I mean? They're smoking too much. But look, realistically, I think Liverpool, you guys need to go back to the drawing board. Your manager needs to decide who's really my best 11. Who can I actually depend on? Because, bro, there's no point in you keeping Mo Salah on the pitch, keeping Gakpo on the pitch if these guys are actually just not going to do what you need them to do. If you can't rely on them, realistically, go bring the Rio kid on, bro. Let him start. Why not? What do you actually have to do? You lost 4 games on the bounce. What do you actually have to do at this point? We're not even at Christmas yet, so you can even try it. You can even just try it.
Give Chiesa a game, bro. Give Chiesa a game.
That one is even hurting me. The Chiesa one.
Give Endo a game.
Endo should start that game.
Bro, we're still in October, yeah. And next game week is going to be the 7th of November. Bro, you still have time. You probably have 2 more games to just try something before we really push you guys to the back of the queue, if I'm being honest. Well, that's also, oh my God, what happened to Virgil? Because, boy, they beat him up. They beat that guy up. The guy. See, how can you have wings on a ponytail and think you're a good defender, man? Move, man.
I've looked at the numbers. Yeah, you have 29 games left to play. 29 games. Is it 29? Yeah, 29 games. 29 games left to play. We would need to win probably 24 of them. Draw 3, lose 2 to be close. I think that puts us on. Let me see. That will put us on. That would put us on like 90-something points. That's the only way. But that would be an unbelievable run. But the run has to start, and the run is not going to start. So I don't see us. I think we'll still be up there 2nd or 3rd, but I think Arsenal are too good for that gap to be closed. Because I think the gap will get bigger before we start picking up form, to be honest.
So what are you saying for this game against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup? What happens if Slug gets knocked out of the Carabao Cup then as well? Because you have, I'm pretty sure you have, Villa on the weekend? Villa at home.
There you go.
So his next 2 games will really tell us a lot about Arnie Slot, because if he gets knocked out of the Carabao Cup and he loses to Villa, or he doesn't get the positive result away from to them, you guys are actually at home, the noise is just going to get louder, and I think calling for his head is going to start seeming like the next logical step, because you're gonna have the time, because now we're going to be in November, and this is now crunch time. You can't be messing around in November. If you're messing around in November, you're not going to win anything come May time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you do in November, December, January is pivotal to what you end up lifting in May time. So this is just hypothetical speaking. He gets knocked out of the Carabao Cup. You draw home to Aston Villa. What happens then?
I'm still gonna keep him, to be honest. I'd give him to Christmas. If he's like 5th at Christmas, You play the whole season, man. We go again next season. It's gonna be an absolutely horrible season if we don't win the trophy. There's two options that he has. If he doesn't win the Premier League, for it to be considered a good season, and you're still a top class manager, you have to win the Champions League, which is so much harder, in my opinion, than to win the Premier League. People see it differently. And the other option for us to be like, okay, you had a bad season, but it's all right. You make the top four, you win the FA Cup. It's still a bad season, but it's still something to hold on to.
At least you left for something.
Yeah, exactly. At least you left with something, and it wasn't the Carabao. I'm not trying to hear I won Carabao Cup, we came third. I'm not trying to hear that. Go win the FA Cup and finish in the top four. Finishing in the Champions League positions is pivotal. I'm even so sad that I have to be talking like this, talking about finishing in the top four. That should be a given. But if you don't win the Premier League, go and win the Champions League. Just make sure you don't get knocked out of that Champions League and then hit form later in the season. Do PSG. PSG did it last season. If all them players click in February, who knows? Who knows what can happen? But for me right now, logic. What are you gonna say?
I think you'll not lose your next 4 games, honestly.
Because we got Madrid and City as well after Crystal Palace and Villa. Yeah, speak.
It might be Villa, but I think I like sincerely in my heart, I think you'll not lose your next 4 games.
Yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. Not gonna lie. Because
I know that Real Madrid game. I know when Trent pings that ball and Mbappe just catches it. Oh, you know what?
He pings that ball and goes over Corkeres's head.
Do you know what I was shouting? Yeah, when your man shouted went on goal, I was like, sink these bitches. Sink these bitches. Oh, I actually love Liverpool. You guys are moving like prime Arsenal when we were doing AFTV back in the day, man. I love this shit. This is good. I like it.
No, but you know what it is, yeah. You guys this season, yeah, you're being bullied.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I expected from you. Like you actually getting bullied, like physically, like those set piece goals that your manager is constantly complaining about. Why does he not do anything about it? Like before the stream even started, I said to you that Keith Andrews was a set piece coach for Brentford last season. He was set piece coach when Thomas Frank was there last season. They just decided to give him the job this year. Obviously, you watched the interviews with Arnie Slot saying, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah." The team on top is only on top because of set piece and all this type of stuff. And then he was complaining about against United as well that they had the ball in the air. So Keith Andrews listened to that. He said, "Yeah, not a problem. 2 minutes into it, long throw in, put the ball in the air, get a flick on, bang, go." Why is he not preparing for stuff like that?
Yeah, I think he's been a bit naive because this is the Premier League. Why are you bringing attention to your weakness every week? Because he's saying what he's trying to do is like, oh yeah, people are coming, they're doing set pieces, they're doing long balls, as if the other teams are going to be like, like we're not really playing good football. Let's try and play on the ground when we play Liverpool. No one's going to do that.
He's trying to use reverse psychology to win
games. I don't know what he's trying to do. Like he's trying to make it seem like the teams that play long balls and keep the ball in the air, like they're not good football teams. Brother, they're beating you. So it doesn't matter if they're kicking it in there. Even if kick it upside down, it doesn't matter. If they're beating you, they're beating you. Because if we play Arsenal tomorrow, yeah, oh my God. All Arteta is gonna say is just be going to that corner flag. Just be getting them corners, be putting in them long throws, and then you would beat us. And then he's gonna come to the press conference and say, yeah, they only beat us because they did long throws. Nigga, what are you doing about that then? Like, if you know that that's the problem, fix it then. If you know, every time we play matches, people are going down our left-hand side and that's how they're getting joy, would you not change the left back? Or would you not tell the left back, look, this is what you need to do? Would you not tell your left center back to cover him? You would. So in the same vein, if you know everyone is going to play long balls against you and people are just going for set pieces and crosses, brother, you need to set up your team properly. It's not every day we're going to be doing tiki-taka, prime Barcelona and bopping teams. This is Premier League. You have to have strength, muscle, bro. Like, this is not a joke. People will barge you off the ball. Everybody in the Premier League is like 6 foot, and everyone is like 100 kilos. Bro, you need to have some about you, some strength. Obviously not to that degree, but like everyone's pretty big. Everyone is eating good, healthy. This is Europe. Everyone is eating well.
It's a physical league,
yeah, physical game. So if you know you're in, if you want to dominate the league that is physical, you need to be physical. When Arsene Wenger was winning his titles, his team was physical. What happened? He started getting all these small guys from South America. Fella was getting
Tech,
bought.
technical players, yeah, they used to snap that leg every other week. They said, just deal with it.
Exactly. When City started winning the league, did they not have my man Yaya Toure, people like Julian Lescott, and people like that in their team that were bullying people? United, Roy Keane, that used to be kicking people in the head and all. Bro, you need warriors sometimes. Chelsea as well with Makelele. Someone that bro, you go into a 50-50, yeah, and it's only you that will be hurting. Bro, you need people that are actually gonna physically dominate the other team because you have to mix physical domination with technical ability. If you come with just technical ability and you're not Xavi and Iniesta, brother, I'm sorry, you're not doing nothing in that Premier League. Because Premier League players as well, when they see you bopping the ball, playing like football, they will just kick you, and you won't even feel like playing anymore. You say it's okay. So he needs to get into the minds of our players and understand that you can't be letting these other men dominate you physically. Tell them these men are coming to your house. What are you gonna do? They're coming into your bedroom where your wife is. What are you gonna do? Do you know what I mean? Like, but clearly, he's not giving them that message right now. Yeah.
That's a great analogy. That is a great analogy. But boys, we need to address the elephant in the room, and it's not something that I actually thought we'd be talking about all this year. But yeah, let me show you this. Why are they fourth?
But it's mad. It's mad.
How are they fourth? Is my next question as well. Cause what the hell? I
Yeah,
watched
that's
the
okay.
game on the weekend. I watched the game on the weekend against Brighton, yeah, and I want to say that they were lucky to win. Like in some instances, they were, but in another sentence, I can say now they deserved to actually win that game because they were able to see it out. Brighton was kind of pressuring a little bit at the end, and Bremo super performance. That guy and his bald head and his big boom, he can ball.
Yeah,
He can ball. Cunha as well scored his first goal. He's looking tantalizing a little bit as well. Ahmad had a game. They really should have got a penalty. I don't know how that wasn't a penalty as well. Brighton just weren't on that. I expected a lot more from Brighton. To be honest with you, but they're starting to pull a couple of victories behind them now. I think that's like 3 games that they've won consecutively. Maybe
yeah.
that fella can finally get a haircut by the end of this year. And you know what I mean, inshallah, because that guy needs a trim, man. But how did they get to fourth? Is my issue. I know this is not the updated table because obviously you can see and Arsenal with 8 games to play respectfully, but 16th level on points from level on points with Manchester City because obviously Manchester City lost the game, but they're only a point behind Sunderland as well.
Can I just say something? Yeah. For me, when it's the start of the season, like the first 15 games, sometimes the points doesn't tell the full story. I
Mhm.
like to look at goal difference around this time of the season. And brother, yeah, they're playing okay, but they're still not good in my opinion.
Mhm.
If you look at Arsenal, probably Man City is going to be their closest challenger, in my opinion. Look at the goal difference. At least they're
You know the
then
thing, the thing with City, and that's something that I said a couple of weeks ago to you guys as well. It's like I worry about City, but I don't worry about City the way I used to like the past couple of seasons because right now, to me, they're just a one-man team. It's just Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland didn't score in the weekend. Nobody else scored. Nobody else even had a chance. And even watching the game back on Match of the Day and stuff like that, we're troubling, especially in the second half. But they decided to play Tijani Reinders as a DM. That that was just the most brain dead thing I've seen from Pep. He had a midfield of Tijani Reinders, Phil Foden, and Bernardo Silva. What is that midfield doing?
where's the
This is
physical.
there's no physicality in there. This is not La Liga, the Pep thinks he's in or something like that, where you're gonna now get technical players and they're just gonna pop around different people and have great triangles all over the pitch and you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna work. That midfield got ran through by Onana and what's his face in there is McGinn. McGinn it seems like a very unassuming footballer. He doesn't look that good, but the guy technically different level, and he loves the challenge as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Depending on
That midfield got swallowed in the first half. The second half, they were able to apply a bit more pressure. They had Villa on the back foot. But City as well. City, to me, just looked like a one-man team. If Erling Haaland is not scoring for them, nobody else is scoring.
but the thing is about Haaland is, yeah, he didn't score, but most of the time he does score. More often than not, that guy scores.
Yeah.
That's why, like H was saying, Liverpool won the league last season because of one guy. Haaland can be that guy. You know, obviously Salah's different because he assists as well.
But the thing is that at least with like you guys here, Luis Diaz chipped in with a little bit. Darwin Nunes got one or two here and there as well. Do you know what I'm saying? If you look at the disparity between Haaland and his teammates, the gap is like here. Like Haaland has like about 11 goals in the league. You know who's the second closest? The thing is like the Johnny Runners with 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like that's why I say I don't fear City like I used to. Right now, to me, they just look like a one-man team. I'm pretty sure Pep made a comment, this slight dig. I can't remember what team it was, but we were saying that it was Tottenham. He said that's the Harry Kane team. Right now, it's just the Erling Haaland team. If Erling Haaland is not scoring for City, they're not doing this. Not doing this.
But I still think they have quality as well. If
Yeah.
Foden, Bernardo Silva, Marmoush, these type of players are in form, they have quality. And look, if you have a striker that scores 30 goals in the league, bro, you have a pretty good chance of challenging for the league. Let's keep it a book.
Well, you need someone else to chip in with at least 5 or 10, or you need another player to at least contribute, like maybe like 15. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what is Haaland can go on a season like Salah had last year, but I don't think it's gonna yield the same results because at least with Salah he had a bit of running mates. Do you know what I'm saying? Haaland right now, currently from what I've been watching, there's nobody else, just him.
But I think when Marmoush is fully fit, he can grab 13 league goals. That'd be okay.
But by that time would it not be a little bit too late?
That's the thing. That's why I keep saying you just need to be in it for long enough to be able to challenge. And I think they can stay not like close to you, but if the gap is like 6 points in February, anything is possible. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they'll drop off completely. And Pep has a point to prove, man. People are chatting on his name for the past 18 months. And again, I always like to say he's never lost a league title back to back. Obviously, this season is looking very likely because that's still not gone. But I wouldn't rule City out. I think City are more equipped than Liverpool because City, they're not expected to win the league because everyone expected Liverpool to win the league. We were the favorites. We were the one that were top of the league after 5 games, all this type of stuff. So psychologically, losses hurt us more. I think City it could be used as more motivation.
I don't think they're using that as motivation. Because from knowing the type of manager Pep is, from watching his interviews and stuff like that, those losses hurt him. Bro, the fellow was harming himself last season when he lost like 2 or 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not even to like downplay self harm or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? If you need the right help, please go talk to somebody. But you know, like the guy is not like the guy doesn't take that to. No, you have to put the disclaimer out there before people try to say, "Oh, well, you know what I mean?" Would make a light of this. You know, say the internet is a very mad place. I'm just letting people know if you're feeling a bit stuck, go talk to me, talk to some professional lines. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the guy doesn't take loss as well, and I think for him as well, I think I don't know what it is, but Pep to me, yeah, he just looks like he's tired, like he's done, like he just wants to get out of City, like he wants to go and sip on a pina colada somewhere in Barcelona or fuck off back to New York where he was living before he came to City as well. To me, he just looks like he's just riding his time out and he's finished. I think last season caught him off guard because he didn't expect Rodri to go down and he didn't expect to have the type of season that he had as well. And then let's not forget he lost his woman halfway during the season as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that would have taken another mental strain on him as well. And I think he's just gotten her back. So probably for him this year, he's thinking to himself, listen, I don't really care how it goes. My life personally is time to come back on track. If City don't win, listen, I have like a year left on my contract. I can just tell these people I'm out. I'm going to be the goated City manager anyways. Like nobody's taking the spot.
Yeah.
We can say that in our lifetime, nobody's taking the spot as the goated City manager. But hey, what are you saying about United and what are you saying about City?
Listen, I don't know how people are surprised. I actually don't know if people are surprised because Amron's been cooking. I've been watching. I've been disappointed by United. They've been losing games, but when you're seeing something and it's just switching you small, you're like, I'm doing. And a few of the games, I'm seeing the overlap. I'm seeing, bro. If this thing just, but the problem is United, man. That's the thing. United is United, and they'll always be United. They'll do good this season, but they won't challenge for no title race, man. They won't chance for any service because Patrick is right, bro. Look at the goal difference. +1. How many did you concede in 9 games?
They score you score them 10, they score you 9. Bro, you're shit.
Bro, 9, bro. You are +1. Bro. But that's what I mean. It's just like to me, I think Amrin is getting like the United are getting to the spot where it's just like stable. I think they're almost getting to a bit of stability in the form where even if they lost the game, I think they'd lose a game, but they'd play well, type of thing.
Mhm.
So I think they're almost hitting that patch of okay, we're actually playing at a consistent level. It's not up and down week after week. It's actually kind of like a baseline level of how perform, and then you build down from that. But yeah, look, I don't think anyone should be surprised, bro. Like they were never going to be as bad as they were last season, from being totally honest. You don't sign. Maybe and Slow can talk to Amrin and ask him how come his players that he signed are actually performing. Maybe he can do that. But yeah, you don't sign Mbemo, you don't sign Cunha, you don't sign Sesko, you don't bring these guys in and they don't perform. Probably an unsung hero for United is probably that Dorgu kid, bro. Paula.
Yeah.
Guy's running up and down like a dog. Boy, absolute machine, bro. Kicking ball like a madman. Even Casemiro's doing well in his old age, bro. Like, so it seems like everyone's kind of buying into it. And even in the Luke Shaw interview, it's just like, bro, like everyone's like mad happy in the place. At United right now. So it could just be one of those that finally begin to hit that kind of place where the performances are consistent, whether it's a
Would
six
you
or a
would you
seven.
say would you say they're starting to hit a corner where they're gonna
Nah.
start turning things around? I'm not saying that they're gonna go on a mad run or anything like that, but you're gonna start seeing the level of performance kind of go up a little bit. They're gonna start picking up points here and there. They're gonna start picking up points against teams that you probably didn't expect them to pick up points against, because especially against Brighton at home. Brighton were posting all over social media saying, "Oh, our last trip's away to Old Trafford." Blah blah blah. I thought Brighton was going to do them. I watched that game, bro. They slapped Brighton 4-2. It wasn't like an easy 4-2 where they beat the crap out of Brighton, but you know what I mean. They made sure it got a bit touchy feely maybe in the last like 10, 15 minutes. But when Bruno said, "No, Hardy, not today," and just put the rubber stamp on it. But
Well,
I don't know. Watching that Liverpool game, watching the Brighton game, maybe I might be going a little bit too early, but I'm willing to. I'm willing to. I think they might have turned the corner.
I think that the far from that corner of hitting where they're winning 3 games in a row, 4 games in a row. They're still a bit away, but I think they're hitting a patch of just consistent performances. Like
Mhm.
even I just looked at the next 4 games, bro. They're probably gonna lose 3 of those games. If I'm being honest. They
Who
have
the
Forest away, Tottenham away, Everton away.
forced away? It's Sean Dyche.
Yeah,
Uh
yeah, Forest away, Tottenham away, Everton at home, and then Palace away. Those are the next 4 games. We'll see. We'll actually see because if they manage to actually do something in those 4 games, bro, maybe they actually have to turn the corner. But from what I've seen, it's almost like not the same feeling, but or the same level of performance. It was like when Arsenal played City like 3, 4 years ago, and you kind of saw what Arteta was cooking. But I think we
mhm.
lost that game. But you can
Yeah.
almost like it's like they have spells where I can see when Amron is playing the way he's playing and when he has players in certain places. I can see it, and it's making me feel a type of way. But then somebody would just come and rubbish it at the end anyway. But it's almost working. But for City, bro, I think City are just in that transitional phase. If I'm being honest, man, I think City are really just on a go slow. Like it's just like whoever we play, we beat them 1-0, we lose 1-0, we beat 2-1, 3-1, 4-0 over. Like it's just gonna be like a mixture of results for City, I think, this season. Like them losing to Villa, like Villa is their bogey team, realistically. Like they lose to Villa. Like that's the thing for them, like so it's a bit of a weird one. I think I think the last season, bro, I think he's just out here trying to just bro, let me collect my money and I'll go home, bro. Fella's sick and tired of the rain in Manchester, man. Fella wants to go. You never know. It might be a case of Hansi Flick cuts Pep back to Barca, bro. It might be one of them ones because maybe he's the only one that can maybe turn Lamine Yamal into the next Messi or something like that. But I think for now, I think City are really just it's gonna be one of like the same season I had last season. They're gonna lose games, they're gonna win games, they're probably gonna finish third or second, but I don't think it's gonna be anything too crazy from them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we'll leave it. We'll leave it there, guys. We kind of touched on everything as it is. But like you, but like you said, H, right now, I'll just reiterate what you said in the pod before as well. It's not on Arsenal to win the league this season. It's still on Liverpool. Obviously, I'm not gonna deflect or negate the fact that Arsenal do need to win the Premier League this season because we need to start putting trophies on the table. Well, the kind of outlay that Liverpool have had and the expectations coming into the season, it's the pressure's on you guys. We've been what third 3 years in a row. What's a fourth year gonna do really? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't really make a difference at this point. So yeah, but listen, I'm not gonna get dragged into saying, "Oh, Arsenal need to win the league now, 8 games in, blah blah blah," because we all know how quickly things change. So in another 4 games, if we're still top and we have a healthy gap, maybe by match week 15 or 16, I'll start believing myself that we can really go and win this. But match week 9, I'm not gonna get excited. It was just like when we that 22-23 season when we just bust out the gates. We started going on a mad run, and we had a clear distance, but we all kind of knew what was coming, and it eventually happened. So this time around, I think we're well equipped to handle those type of moments, but I'm still not gonna go really. I'm not gonna
What
go
was
really.
what was the gap that you had in that season?
The maximum we were away for was like maybe like 8 points. We never had like a 10 point mad lead
Okay.
or anything. It was only like 8 points, but like City always had like a game in hand as well. So
Yeah.
you could always kind of sense that they were coming. It's like you had a bit of a lead, but you can hear the steps of the other guy behind you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It was that type of situation. But yeah, for me, I just want to see Arsenal negate their usual hoodoo slumps of November, December, slight January. If they're able to get through that and we're able to build a bit of a gap, then I start believing that we can actually go and win this. But I don't want to go too early. I don't want to start dreaming the Premier League title just for it to come around to May. That I'm sitting here, I'm looking at everybody like this. You know, saying
So
so.
so as it stands, as you've seen nearly 10 games now, who do you think is going to win the league?
It's more as it stands right now. It's more likely that Arsenal is going to win it.
Okay.
They're the most equipped team to do it. But can they do it? That's the question.
Yet
Because,
to
like
be
I
seen.
said, they've been there three times in a row. Second. So now you need to take that further step. And look, they're putting in mature, composed performances. The performance against Palace wasn't the most exciting on the eye, but get the job done. You beat Atletico Madrid was a 4-0 midweek. Then
Yeah.
you come back from that high. You play a mean, nasty Crystal Palace, who play one of the meanest, nastiest deep and mid blocks. Couldn't really do anything in that game, and you still scrape a win. So I'll take it. They showed a lot of maturity, and that's what I'll applaud the performance. I'll applaud Mikel Arteta as well. He got his tactics spot on. But we need more of that. We need more of that because there's going to be some bigger games coming ahead. We have another London derby coming up soon. We have another a London derby with Chelsea as well. So there's some bigger games coming ahead. So I'm not gonna start getting too excited. But you know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of football to be played. 29 games to go. I'm just taking them off by each weekend. That's all we can do. Well, guys that have been in here, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. If you haven't already, please do like the live. It really does help us out, push out to the algorithm and get more people on us as well. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe as well. Think about what. Listen, I'm in a bando shack right now. I'm literally just trying to make my dreams come true. Do you know what I'm saying? Trying to talk about football every day. So, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, no, guys, we appreciate you for joining us. We'll catch you to the next one. Good night.